What's going on, zombie enthusiasts, and welcome back to the channel. And you have no idea with how much pleasure I say this, because now that I'm finally not sick anymore, I can continue uploading videos to a channel that has been doing quite well despite my absence, and I must thank you all for all the support. And speaking about support, Konami seems to have given me some presents for being sick, I guess, because we got some amazing support for pure zombies, especially, which this deck is all about. Pure zombies has never been better and is gonna get even better with Maze of Masters, was it, of Millennia? So many Maze sets, what can I say? But speaking about that, I will post a video once the set becomes legal, and so stay tuned for that. But before then, you can play this variant that has 3 Vulcarian, an absolutely amazing card for zombies, as he's able to be an amazing extender, what can I say, really special summons himself from hand if you control a zombie busted. But not just that, he can bounce a zombie on the field back to the hand to special summon one from hand, which is absolutely amazing. Can bounce himself or the zombie control to summon itself, which can really be used for some weird shenanigans and stuff. And he's also a tuner, so we have an extender tuner, level 4, absolutely great. And you know, that one pairs quite well with Mizuki right here. Finally, playset of all 3. One of them signed by Jesse Cotton himself, absolute GOAT, the GOAT. Yeah, Mizuki's Mizuki, really, these cards pair really nicely together, what can I say? And yeah, we have an extender from hand and an extender from grave, what can I say? Absolutely amazing pair. And to furthermore we need some starters, of course, so we got so many expanders, and kinda our main starter in this build is gonna be Gozuki, you know, level 4, which again can pair up with Vulcarian to go in a sync rate or rank 4. And yeah, Gozuki having an effect while it's in the field to send a zombie from deck to grave, which is really nice. But then also another effect when you send to the grave, banish a zombie, and a special one from hand. So here we have already 2 special summons from hand, which is really cool. And for a bunch of our big boss monsters, we got 1 Doom King. Just the one. Obviously, you know, there are bestials right now out there, but this deck does have ways to get cards back from the banished, which is really nice, because you know, it used to be really the main weakness of zombies. If you got a key card like Doom King banished, you basically just lost your boss monster forever and there's like no way of getting back. But now that we got new cards and more stuff, now there are ways to get stuff back from the banished, which is really nice. And more boss monsters, we got 1 Eldritch. Quite interesting, right? Well, there's this new card that pairs really well with Eldritch, and yeah, quite good, what can I say? We don't really play any other Eldritch cards, so I don't get any Eldritch Endurer hopes and dreams really up high. This is just the 1 Eldritch, the Golden Lord. And more big guys in the form of Algul Mazera. Being able to banish yourself to protect zombies is really nice. This entire deck is zombies, so that's quite nice. And beside that, the summon itself is banished and doesn't have to be banished by its own effect. It can be banished by Gozuki and other cards in the deck. So, you know, really nice. Even more extenders, more bodies to put on board. Speaking about cards to banish, the 1 Spirit Owl, which we can banish with a Gozuki or any other stuff, and we can use Spirit Owl to banish the Algul Mazera if we need an extender, which is really cool. And yeah, we also have the 1 Banshee, mainly here because again, I do play 2 zombie worlds, but just 1 Banshee, you only need the 1 for setup, and there are ways to get the second Banshee, this one Banshee recurred back to the deck. So that saves some deck space for more cards, which obviously is not Unizone because it's at 1. The Fall from Grace, what can I say, used to be really the best card ever in this deck. We used to play with Solitaire to have more copies of Unizombie, but right now I think Unizombie is there to be, it's okay as an extender. I'd rather use, as a starter, I'd rather use Gozuki instead, but obviously you need, for your combos, for your lines, you need the Unizombie to discard from hand and send from grave, manipulate levels, you do need it. And more tuners in the form of Mad Mauler, which I'll show you in the extra deck why we play the Mad Mauler, not the Plex Spreader. Because again, Plex Spreader has to put one card from hand, and now that we have Carrion, we have Gozuki, we have multiple ways to special summon our zombies that are stuck in hand, so we don't really need a Plex Spreader to put our bricks, quote unquote, back into the deck. And speaking about getting more cards out, we have the one Glove Bloom. This is a pure zombie deck, we don't mind getting ourselves locked into zombies, and we have plenty of targets in the first pick Dao, even Eldritch, but mainly you're gonna go from the Doom King, as again, Doom King link something into like Soccer, or maybe you link climb to Yukiona against the Malice matchup, which is absolute game ender. And now for the end of our monsters, zombie monsters, we have 3 Ash. Yeah, what can I say, fun enough, this is really the best hand trap in the game, and it's also zombie, so big bonuses right there for the pure build. And let's move on to the spells now. Just like I said before, two zombie worlds, QCRs by the way. Speaking of QCRs, the winner of my giveaway did win a zombie world QCR, and there was another zombie world QCR given out as a bonus prize, and hopefully it arrived to those people and they are enjoying their QCRs quite nicely playing zombies. At least, if he gets popped, at least it looks nice while doing that. And now for a new card, Delta of Temptation, which is of Invitation. I mean, really, Temptation sounds kind of nice. But yeah, to the point, this is a really cool card. Obviously, replace a zombie world, which is quite annoying. If only this wasn't the field spell. But there are some bonuses that you are gonna see why this is good that it's a field spell. As it's able to send any level 5 or higher zombies, a zombie to the grave, which again could be Eldritch. Most of the time it's gonna be Eldritch. Eldritch is gonna basically pop this card to summon itself, and it does trigger if it's in the grave, because it just adds back itself if a zombie monster special summon from the grave, which a zombie the Golden Lord does special summon, so we can add it back and then activate it again to get the token, and then we don't really need it from then on, do we? But one really good card that is basically like a Foolish Bear with extra steps, in the form of the Curse of the Ancient Turtle, which is the really OG, one of the OG zombies out there, really old OG zombie that, when it was destroyed, the Summer Doom King, who remember those times. You're a true veteran, what can I say? But yeah, pretty good. Banishing a zombie to send one zombie, that's nice. This deck is just full of zombies, so we can really take advantage of the extra Foolish Barrier. And to ensure we have multiple copies past getting interrupted, we have Triple Tactics Trust to go into our copies of either Curse of the Ancient Turtle or our other targets in the form of Talents. Even OG Foolish Barrel if we don't have or we already activated the Ancient Turtle. Terraforming to go into Delta of Invitation or the zombie world, and that's about it really. Maybe going first, I guess you could use spoiler for the deck Imperm. But yeah, that's really it. There are obviously some other cards out there that I'm gonna show in the side deck, but these are really all the trust targets in the main deck, and I think they're pretty good. Again, trust can be easily used going first and second, so it comes to one copy, and the rest of the cards are really extenders. Because obviously if you get hand trapped, this deck does struggle a bit, so it's quite nice to grab an extender right away. And for more cards, obviously more non-engine. You do need to play a lot of non-engine in these days. You know, one detonator is basically gonna ruin all your hand, really. If your opponent puts some more interaction, do you have cards in your hand? Well, it doesn't really matter if you have crazy extenders and all that. So here we go with the 3 droplets, bonus points because it discards zombie from hand. And next up we have the return of Super Poly. Yes, how much I miss this card. With the 1 Call by the Grave to really kill those talents. And the reason why there was a pause there is because I showed an imperm and just randomly vanished. This is supposed to be 3 imperms, but I have no clue where one of them just vanished. I guess he got stuck to a card or something, or who knows, maybe it's in the video. Please comment if you've seen it. But yeah, I just imagine this is another imperm, and the 1 driver of the Warlords. Entire deck is zombies, so we play rivalry. And that's really it for the main deck, so let's move on to the extra deck. Alright, so for the extra deck, obviously sadly this is not a zombie, but we don't have a link one, guys. What can I say? We have to play this in case we open the bulb and we need to normal it or other that special summon from hand and then link it away to get our Doom King. We have to do this. What can I say? Play a no zombie card. It is what it is, guys. Until we get a link 1, this will do. But it does also, like, you know, turns our annoying blooming hand into a really good interruption going second. And more stuff, more zombie cards in the form of the Flying Mary, which is really good by signing one of our zombies from the banished. If he gets banished, really nice. What can I say? Nice extender. Obviously this is part of the end board sucker to give us the draws to draw into droplets or ash. Imperm is not really good to draw into if you draw it on your opponent's turn, but on your turn it's pretty nice. Just give us 1 draw guaranteed of Doom King. And 1 Fascinator. Really this is it to link climb and steal opponent's monsters, which probably we're gonna use to link climb into the 1 Okiona. Absolutely shut down Malice. It's a game winning card. And you know, something really funny is the vampire, zombie vampire. As we have talents, we can steal opponent's monsters, and you know, vampire zombie hidden effect. What can I say? Not many people know about that one. Is that if you use your opponent monsters, you can be treated as a level 8, which is pretty good. This is a really amazing extender. And speaking of our end board, you know, we have extenders and all that, so let's get some end board action going. Is the Red Eye Zombie Dragon Lord that's basically always going to special summon the Felgrind in opponent's turn for a banish. And for more extension, we have the Immortal Zombie, which is really good for this deck. Absolutely amazing. Level 6 goes crazy, and yeah, it's Immortal Zombie, absolutely amazing card. But 1 card again, it's not a zombie card. This guy just lied to us. Come on, guys, it's an only zombie card. It's Omega. We have to play Omega, especially with the recurs from the banish. Like what did I just say? We really need it. And just the card is just good. It's really good. Rips 1 recurse stuff from our banished. Really nice. And next up is really super poly targets in the form of Draco Necro, the Starving Venom, Garura, and Mud Dragon. And yeah, this is really it. Just we are not gonna use it from anything. Wow, just super poor targets. So with all that said, let's get into the side deck. Alright, so for the side deck we got the Wandering Titan of Tartarus as a really generic way to break boards going second. Pretty nice. It's a zombie that can be sent from deck or discard from hand or whatever, and it's gonna add as a nice board breaker, which obviously I'm aware of, many of you know. And for more generic going second cards, well, you don't really need to avert your eyes anymore, because this card has a ultra reprint and the price quite went down a lot. I think it's like £20 on pre-sale, which is really nice. And yeah, that is Purulia, which is really good against many deck, and it's kind of like Ryzel. I really like it playing it against Ryzel. And for more cards, we got 3 Lancia for the Malice matchup. And side note, also it's Crystron really hard, really hard, unless they open some really specific cards, but we don't get into detail. In this video, this is not a Crystron deck profile. And yeah, the 3 Lancia. And then again, for more going second power against back row decks, we have 2 Lightning Storm. And again, it's also a thrust target, which is really nice. And speaking of thrust targets, I got the 1 deep barrier for going first. And for going more cards for going first, we have the 3 Solemn Judgments to protect our back row, as this deck now with Baron Gun, it misses that Omni Negate quite a lot, and we have Judgments as that Omni Negate. And with all that said, I'll be back once the new cards are legal with a crazy deck profile. So stay tuned for that, everyone. And until then, Casus signing out. Thanks for watching.